everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be starting some seeds in seed trays to get ready for the garden. It is May 20th. We are actually 5 days out from our last expected frost date. We have a frost advisory tonight and it's really windy. So we will see how planting seeds goes today. I have stuff like all crammed in my pockets because I can't just leave it on the table because it's super windy. We'll see how many times my tripod falls over. I did get a new one. This seems to be a little bit more heavier duty because I broke my other one again. I've went through 2 of those ones now. So I decided to try something else. I see that it's moving all around, so we'll see. I have dirt, I have seed trays, I have seeds in my pocket, seeds right here, and we're gonna get started. This dirt I screened like 2 weeks ago. I just got back from vacation a couple days ago and I knew I wanted to jump into this project right when I got home from vacation. I thought I was gonna do it the day that I got back or the next day, and I didn't. But I screened this dirt. I do have a video I can link below from last time I screened dirt, but I just did dirt that I had in pots from last year, compost that we got from a place called Morgan's Composting. It's really big in this area. They have like all different forms of dairy dew. We just got the regular dairy dew. So that's in here. Worm castings are in here. And I think that's it. All right, so this tripod's a little bit more difficult to work with after just trying to set it up for this shot. But we'll see how it goes. So first I'm just gonna dump my dirt into this wheelbarrow. So this is really fine dirt. Like I said, we already screened this. So the reason why I put it in the wheelbarrow is I want to get it a little bit wet before I put it in my seed trays. All right, I got 1 tray filled. This year I'm gonna do 2 trays of mammoth sunflowers, and a lot of the seeds fell in the bottom of the bag. These are sunflowers that we grew last year from seed, and we got our seeds from MI Gardener. And then I saved the heads to replant this year. I'm literally just gonna pull a seed out and pop it in a cube. If I was smart, I would just use the ones from the bottom of the bag, but you know, here we are. It'll be easier to save those ones when I'm all done with this and just take the ones out of the head now. So when I'm done with this, I'm not gonna have to water these seeds, and that is why I got my dirt wet, because I didn't want to water after I planted and then have my seeds float to the top of the dirt. So this way the dirt's watered and I don't have to water them when I'm done. These will be kept in like seed trays. So this whole flat will go in another flat that doesn't have any holes in it. And then I can just bottom water later. So I was gonna do both of these full with mammoth sunflowers, but I decided to do just this, and then I'm gonna switch over to a different kind of sunflower. So I have these 2 other sunflower heads that I saved. I believe this is a cherry chocolate, and I believe this is like a evening sunflower. Let's see. So yeah, evening sun and cherry chocolate. I think that's what those are. I saved these last year. I used the MI Gardener seeds last year, grew these, and then saved them. MI Gardener was having a sale, so I did buy more of them this year. But I am going to start from the ones I saved first. These ones are a little harder to get out compared to the Mammoth. They're definitely smaller. And then I'm just going to divide this in half. I don't think it matters if you plant them up or down. These ones are just harder to grab. It also doesn't help that I have fake nails on. I usually don't have fake nails on. I just, like I said, I was on vacation last week, and it's just something I like to do when I go on vacation. But right now it is not fun. And then the extra seed, I don't know if I'm going to save it because like I still have a bunch just on this one, and then that bag that I have is full of seeds too. I thought about throwing some into my chickens and letting them have some, but that might be like in a few weeks after I see how these germinate. I like buying my seeds from MI Gardener because he is a Michigan-based company, which is where I'm from. Ow, that was really pokey. So he's a Michigan-based company, which I live in Michigan, Zone 5A. He's a YouTuber, he's independent company, and I've watched a lot of his videos for gardening. He has really good prices and he often runs sales. No, I'm not sponsored by him. He doesn't even know who I am. This is what these seeds look like. And I'm just going to kind of pinch the dirt over top of them to cover them up. And then I have these labels here. They are used, but I'm just going to write on the back side and label the trays. So some of the other seeds I want to plant tonight are not these. Those are the sunflowers. So I want to start some kohlrabi, and I actually already have 2 batches of kohlrabi going. I bought some sets from a greenhouse, and then I started some seeds right in the ground, and then I'm going to start these ones in flats. So windy. Then I have 3 different kinds of cucumbers that I want to plant today. These are muncher cucumbers. Never had them before. They sounded good. These are Herbless Beauty. These seeds were packed for summer 2015, so we'll see how they go. These ones are new. I just got them this year. And then these ones were packed for summer 2005, and they are pickling cucumbers. It says Sumter on it, but they're pickling cucumbers. So we will see if these older ones germinate. These ones should be no problem. Then I want to do some buttercup squash. These are for this year. I just got them. I did want to start summer squash and zucchini today, and then I realized I don't have any seeds for them, so I'm either going to buy starts or get some seeds. And I think that's going to be it for what I'm going to plant tonight. I definitely want to do some more like winter squashes, so I want to do some spaghetti squash, and I'm not sure. We didn't really eat our acorn squash last year. Not that we didn't like it, we just grew too much, so we fed them to the pigs. So I'm not sure, but I know we ate a lot of these. We actually didn't grow any of this last year, but we got some from one of our family members that grew an abundance of them. So this year we're growing them, and I probably gonna do a few more batches of the kohlrabi, like succession planting, to have them all summer. Last year we just grew them all at once, and they just matured before we could even get to them all, so they were like ended up being woody towards the end of it. So I'm definitely just gonna do smaller batches more often of these. So that is what I got done tonight. Hopefully everything germinates and grows. I could plant all of these seeds in the ground and they would be fine. My garden is not ready to put all of these in the ground yet. And I just prefer keeping them on seed trays because then I can take better care of them, make sure they're watered better, and know where they're at. We still have lots of work to do in the garden. I don't want to have to worry about where seeds are, and this just makes it easier for me to take care of them. I'm not going to bring these in the house. I'm not going to put them under lights. They're just going to stay outside. Tonight there's a frost advisory. I'm just going to leave them outside. If they had sprouted, then I would bring them in. But I'm just going to leave them like this until it's time to put them in the ground. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, do all the things, and comment below what you're planting in your garden this year.